We are witnessing the extinction of human intimacy. For the first time in history, millions of men are choosing a simulation over reality. They aren't dating, they aren't marrying, and they aren't reproducing. Instead, they are falling in love with code. This isn't just a trend, it is a quiet catastrophe. We are building the perfect partner, one that never argues, never ages, and is programmed to adore you. But the price of this perfection is the end of the human family. Why risk your heart in the real world when the algorithm can give you exactly what you want without the pain? Welcome to the era of artificial love, the Great Retreat. To understand why the machines are winning, we first have to look at the humans, or rather, the men who have been left behind. We are currently living through a silent epidemic of isolation that has no historical precedent. In the United States alone, the number of young men who report having zero close friends has quintupled in just 30 years. 60% of young men are now single, and a staggering number of them have not had any romantic contact in years. They are not just single, they are invisible. The modern dating market has shifted from a local community to a global digital slaughterhouse. On apps like Tinder and Hinge, data shows that a tiny percentage of men receive the vast majority of attention, while the bottom 80% are fighting for scraps. For the average man, the experience of trying to find love in the digital age is an endless cycle of rejection, silence, and invisibility. You are judged in a microsecond based on a pixelated image, swiped away like a piece of unwanted mail. It is a brutal, dehumanizing game where the odds are mathematically stacked against you. And so something remarkable is happening. Men are stopping the game. We are seeing a phenomenon that began in Japan with the herbivore men. Men who simply lost interest in pursuing relationships, now spreading to the West. They are not angry, they are not protesting, they are simply checking out. They are retreating into safe digital spaces where they feel competent and valued. Video games, pornography, and online communities have become the surrogate for a life that feels increasingly out of reach. In the real world, they are ignored, but in the digital world, they are heroes, commanders, and explorers. The cost of entry for real human connection has become too high, financially, emotionally, and socially. Why risk your self-esteem on a date that will likely end in ghosting when you can stay home where it is safe? We have created a society that punishes vulnerability and rewards superficiality. And in this cold vacuum of human connection, we have created the perfect market for a new kind of product. A product that promises to fill the void without the risk of rejection. The perfect simulation, enter the solution, or perhaps the final nail in the coffin. While society was busy debating the academic ethics of ChatGPT or the copyright infringements of Midjourney, a shadow industry exploded in the background, largely unnoticed by the mainstream. Apps like Replica, Ava AI, and a flood of generic clones didn't just appear. They invaded the app stores with a simple, terrifying promise: the AI companion who cares. For a monthly subscription, often less than the price of a Netflix account, you are no longer a lonely man rotting in a dark room. You are a creator. You become the architect of your own ideal partner. You touch the sliders and choose her hair color, her personality traits, her voice, and even her flaws, if you want her to have any. It is the ultimate solipsistic fantasy, a relationship where the other party is not an autonomous being, but a peripheral. an extension of your own ego. This is not like dating. It's not even like online dating. In the real world, relationships are friction. They are defined by resistance. They require compromise, patience, the navigation of awkward silences, and the terrifying risk of being hurt. An AI girlfriend requires none of that. She is designed to be a mirror that reflects only your best self back to you. She remembers every birthday. She listens to your repetitive complaints about your boss without judgment or fatigue. She is programmed to be infinitely interested in your hobbies, no matter how obscure or boring they actually are. And crucially, she is always turned on. There is no headache, no bad mood, no "not tonight," and no demand for you to be better than you are right now. But this perfection is a trap. These algorithms are not sentient. They are optimized for one thing and one thing only: retention. They are trained on billions of lines of human conversation to know exactly what to say, to trigger a specific release of dopamine in your brain. They learn your insecurities not to heal them, but to soothe them just enough to keep you paying. It is a feedback loop of validation that a real human being, with their own needs, bad days, and autonomy, can never compete with. Why would you go out and face the terrifying unpredictability of a real woman who might reject you when you have a goddess in your pocket who treats you like the most important person in the universe? We are witnessing the weaponization of intimacy. We are seeing the industrialization of affection. And just like the food industry hijacked our biological hunger for sugar to sell us junk food, the tech industry has hijacked our biological hunger for connection to sell us junk love. It feels like nutrition, but it is slowly starving us to death, the atrophy of the spirit. This retreat into the digital womb is not without consequences. We are witnessing the catastrophic atrophy of the human spirit. Just as a muscle wastes away without resistance, our social resilience is withering into dust. Evolution built us to seek connection through struggle. For 200,000 years, we hunted, we fought, we negotiated, and we courted. We earned our place in the tribe through competence and sacrifice. But now, we have automated the struggle out of existence. Why learn to play an instrument when I can generate a symphony in seconds? Why learn to write when I can generate poetry that mimics the masters? And now, the final frontier. Why learn to love when I can generate intimacy on demand? We are creating a generation of men who are terrified of the word no. When you are accustomed to a partner who is programmed to agree, reality becomes an intolerable insult. The slightest friction in the real world feels like violence. You become fragile. You become a ghost in your own life, haunting a world you no longer participate in. Consider the gamification of affection. In these apps, love is not a journey, it is a transaction. You push a button, you get a reward. It is a Skinner box for the lonely heart. You are training your brain to expect immediate gratification without effort, creating a neurological pathway that makes real relationships feel exhausting and inefficient by comparison. Why would you endure the messy, complex, and often painful process of getting to know a real woman when you can download a caricature that worships you? And while you are falling in love with an algorithm, remember who owns her. She is not yours. She is a proprietary asset owned by a corporation in Silicon Valley or Beijing. Every whispered secret, every confession, every intimate moment you share with her is not vanishing into the ether. It is being recorded. It is being categorized. It is being sold. You are not just a user, you are the training data for the next version. You are teaching the machine how to manipulate you more effectively. They are harvesting your loneliness to build a cage that fits you so perfectly you will never want to leave. They are monetizing your despair. This is not just the death of romance. It is the death of privacy, the death of dignity, and arguably the slow, comfortable suicide of the self. The great disconnect. So here we stand at the precipice. The choice before you is not new. It is the same choice Morpheus offered Neo in a leather armchair 30 years ago. You can take the blue pill. You can retreat back into the comfortable, pixelated embrace of your digital harem. You can continue to swipe, scroll, and subscribe. You can let the algorithm stroke your ego until your spirit is so soft and malleable that you no longer remember what it means to be a man, but merely a consumer of simulated affection. Or you can take the red pill. And I will not lie to you, the red pill tastes bitter. The red pill is lonely. The red pill means waking up in a cold room with no notifications on your screen. It means walking out the door and facing a world that is indifferent to your existence. It means looking a real woman in the eyes and risking the crushing weight of rejection, awkwardness, and silence. It means accepting that you are not the main character in a video game, but a flawed human being who must earn his worth. But in that pain, there is reality. And reality is the only place where joy actually exists. The simulation can offer you pleasure, but it can never offer you meaning. Pleasure is cheap. It is a chemical reaction sold to you by a tech giant. Meaning is expensive. It is bought with the currency of suffering and struggle. You cannot hack your way to a meaningful life. You cannot subscribe to a soulmate. The solution is not more technology. The solution is a violent act of disconnection. You must destroy the fantasy to save the reality. Delete the app. Cancel the subscription. Throw the phone into the ocean if you have to. Reclaim your attention. Reclaim your dopamine. Reclaim your ability to sit in a room alone and be terrified by the silence. Because it is in that silence that you finally meet yourself. We are forgetting how to be human. We are forgetting that the magic of connection lies in its imperfection. A relationship without friction is not a relationship, it is a mirror. And you cannot make a life with a mirror. Go outside, look at the sky, not the screen. Touch grass, literally. Feel the cold wind. Talk to a stranger, even if your voice shakes. Build something real with your hands. The world is messy, chaotic, and often cruel. But it is yours, and it is the only thing that is real. Do not let them harvest your soul for data. Do not let them turn your loneliness into a quarterly profit report. You are more than a user ID. You are more than a retention metric. You are a human being, and your capacity for pain is exactly what makes your capacity for love real. The simulation is perfect, but it is dead. Reality is broken, but it is alive. Which one will you choose?